Yo, 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 yo. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's going on, good people? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Mindful and Miraculous Monday. Happy Black History Month. Happy Black History Month. Welcome to another episode of SRDaily. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston, and you are tuned into episode 554 as we kick off week 112 weeks, like room 112. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? We got a lot to talk about. It is Black History Month. It was a full moon last night, full moon in Leo, and true to its power for me as a Pisces, I was fucking tired, man. I napped after my show yesterday morning. I slept this morning. I was up at like 5 something. But I knew, so I gotta do a session later in New Jersey, right? So I travel to New Jersey. It's not mad far. It's right in Newark. But I gotta get there, right? And then travel back, right? So I'm like, okay, and I'm doing an hour session. So I'm like, you know what? Normally, as you guys know, I would take a nap at some point after the show, right? After the show, right after the show, a little bit after the show, I would take a nap. Because the reality is right now I'm sleeping 4 hours a night, right? In my youth, I was able to thrive on 4 hours a night with no naps, really. Now, as an adult, 4 hours of sleep, right? 2 to 6, give or take, 3 to 7, give or take. I need about an hour in the middle of the day at some point. I'm not going to get that hour in the middle of today. So I took the hour on the front of the day. Got up at 5 some, went back to sleep, right? Got up at 7. Went back to sleep and then got up at 8 officially, did my meditation, did my prayer, put some clothes on. We're going to work out after. We're going to, do some other things after, man. We're going to cut my hair. We're going to shave. We're going to get right? Because today we got a big day. We got a big day later on in New Jersey. It is the first public session of the NSLM, my Neural Soul Liberation Method I created after becoming a certified brain coach back in November. I actually created the method before I finished the brain coaching. Just wanted to make sure I finished the brain coaching and, get my mind right, get my heart right before I start pushing it. But it's Black History Month. There's no time like now to push the shit. It was supposed to be last week. It worked out perfectly. Like, why not start this shit in Black History Month, right? Why not start the Neural Soul Liberation Method created by Black men? Like, this shit in 50 years, in 100 years, the same way we talk about shit 100 years ago, they're going to talk about this. They're going to talk about this shit in 100 years. The Neural Soul, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston, LaShawn Marston Sugar Ray, World Healer, however they want to identify me as, right? Created this brain science method. And from this, right, like if you guys know me, you guys know that I'm super innovative. And so this is just a start, right? Because from this, we create a continuum. Continuum is, well, we're going to take everything we got in the NSLM pretty much, and we're going to put into VR, right? To help humans develop more, to help humans be able to see themselves as with a nervous regulated system, with a regulated nervous system, right? To see themselves with fucking responding and calmly to stress and to pressure, right? To see themselves be able to feel anxiety, feel fear, feel tension, be able to see themselves breathe, be able to see themselves like pick a direction, right? Like that shit is gonna be crazy when we're gonna be able to use AI. They're gonna be able to use the fucking VR headsets and use AI to see like, all right, if I make this decision, this is the outcome. If I make this decision, this is the outcome. But if I make this decision, this is the outcome. Which one do I want to choose? They're going to be able to pick, like, we're going to choose this one. This shit is going to be crazy. And we creating all of that this year and over the next few years and as we continue to go forward. So we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to do. Today is big. Today is big. Today is a launching pad, right? Today is the launching pad. 2/2/26. No coincidences. 2/2/26. It's no coincidences in the universe. I don't believe, right? I don't think there's anything such as a coincidence. I believe anything is possible. I believe that a fucking cow could fall out the sky before I believe that something is a coincidence. I 100% think that every single thing that happens, even the shit that I don't like, is of divine alignment. So we got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. We're going to get into it. Once again, I am your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Marston. Mona Love, baby girl on the check-in. Brother said, Fu said, Kofa on the check-in. Mona said, happy, make it happy Monday. Said, Fu said, make Monday monumental. Listen, we're going to hit the share button. Mind of Ashley, what's going on, my sister? Peace and love. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to hit the share button on the IG, get a few folks tuned into the show. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to do over here on this flip side. Give me a second, guys. We're gonna get it right. We're gonna put it out there. We're gonna get into the show in about a second. Give me a moment to just hit the share button a couple of times so you get my uncle in. My uncle likes being in the chat. He's 60 some shit. My uncle's 70. My uncle is about 70 years old, man. Yo, age is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to live. If we're aging, that means that we're living, and as long as we're living, that means that we have opportunity to do exactly what it is that we want to do and to create the life that we want to create. And so I am always grateful and excited myself to age and to see my people aging, right? Get these notes right. Today is Monday, February 2nd, 2026, episode 554 of SRDaily, kicking off week 112. And once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Marston. We're going to start with our first segment of the day. Today's first segment is a quote. It is a very real quote. It's a quote that, it's a quote. All right. Very simple, very straightforward. Quote of the day today is every day is Black History. Simple as that. We are in Black History Month. Yes. Black History Month, February. But every day is Black History. Every day is Black History. And so, yes, it is okay for folks to acknowledge and to celebrate Black history, right? Their history during a specific time. Cool. It's cool to acknowledge and celebrate the accomplishments of the past. Those of our ancestors, those of our elders who are in the 90s and 100s, who did some shit 60, 70, 80 years ago, 40, 50, 60 years ago. Cool. Nothing wrong with any of that. It is also cool to acknowledge and to celebrate Black history daily, right? So not just during a specified time, but every day to celebrate, every day to teach, every day to acknowledge, every day to bring up something that someone did of the past. Cool. And it is cool to celebrate Black history daily by acknowledging and celebrating the greatness of today and the history being made in the present. We cannot and should not be put in a box. We cannot and should not be put in only a 30-day. I like this educator I know, brother, said some shit years ago. He said, yo, I teach. He said the only time he doesn't teach Black history is during Black History Month. All right. He said during he runs a school. All right. He has a couple of schools that he runs out in Chicago, Detroit, and I think he has a school in Miami. Right. Black man, like pro-Black man. He said the only time I don't teach. He said the only time I take off from teaching Black history is during Black History Month. And, people give him flack for that. He's like, yo, but I teach this shit. This is what I teach. I teach year round about our Black doctors, about our Black scientists, about our Black inventors, about our Black creators, our Black musicians, our Black artists, our Black fucking judges, our Black attorneys, our Black people. Black people. Year round. He's teaching about Black people. I think he I don't think it's his book, but I think he has some children's books that he was promoting a couple of years back where it was Black history year round, right? And yeah, so like teach that shit always. We should not be put in a box, and we should not be relegated to only shit that was done in the past. There's people right now making Black history. Asho Speed's a Black man. Just made history. Just became the first human to ever live stream inside of the pyramids in Egypt. First human ever to live stream inside the pyramids. He has 50 million subscribers on YouTube. Right? Like he's fucking 20-something years old, 21, 22 years old. Right? He's fucking doing incredible things. Right? History being made daily. Shit is changing. The world is changing. And as living beings now, Black folks who care about our greatness, who care about our accomplishments, right? Who acknowledge our accomplishments, who celebrate our greatness. We cannot afford to stay stuck in the past, ignoring the history being made today. We cannot afford that shit. Because what happens is when we spend so much time focusing on the past accomplishments, the people who are great now don't get the credit, don't get the attention that they need and deserve. That will help make our situation better now. Like, all jokes aside, in all seriousness, no matter how much we acknowledge the past is the past. It's been done. There are a lot of things that we use and benefit from today. The traffic light, the blood infusion machine. Like, it's a lot of things and a lot of spaces that we use today that benefit our lives. We don't gotta it doesn't matter if people know who created it, right? Like, it doesn't help us. Sharing that black people created the fucking, or fixed up or advanced the traffic light, doesn't help us today, in my humble opinion. What can help us today, what can help our children tomorrow, is celebrating the accomplishments of today, helping the people, the black folks, young and old, men and women, who are doing great things today, helping them get the attention that they deserve, so they can get the fucking income, the money, the economics, the power that they deserve, so they can liberate us today. A lot of people who created dope shit, they're dead, they're gone. Cool, you can educate, right? Like, I fully understand if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. To understand, like, I think, like, my life, part of the reason my life changed when I fully understood that we are not, my history did not start with slavery, right? When I fully understood that my history is rich and is great, right? When I was a child and I got that, it was like, oh shit, so I don't gotta, right? So yes, there is part of, when you know where you come from, you know where you're going, and you know what you've done, you know, like, the standard, yes. And right, we can do that and give more attention to the people who are living now, who are doing great things. They need more attention. Fuck it, I need more attention. Sefu needs more attention. Kimona needs more attention. Doing great fucking things. Great things, and there's so many others on so many levels. And we can't wait for other people to give them attention. If we see them, salute them. See them and salute them. See a black person doing something great, salute them. And publicize that shit. Let your network know. Let the world know. Post on your social media. Tell your friends and your family. Right? So yeah, that is our quote of the day. Black history is every day. All right? Because it is. All right, Sefu said, aging brings profound experiences. Haha, it should. It should, man. It doesn't. I don't think it always does, my brother. I don't think it always does. Let's move right along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment, needs to know news of the day. Yes. Today is the day. Like last week, we made history, sharing my lecture on the incarceration experience at Columbia University School of Law. Today, we are going to New Jersey. We are headed to Newark, New Jersey, Bradley Courts, to facilitate a session on my neural soul liberation method. Said, fool, if you ain't doing nothing, brother, you should join me. If you got time, leaving the city about 3:30, 4 o'clock. If you got time, you should join me. I think Brother Eddie Kruger said he's going to join me. He wants to see Priceless. He hasn't seen Priceless in a while, some years. So yeah, man, if you could, you know what I mean? If you ain't got nothing else going on this evening, my brother, come on out. I would love to have you present with me. I would love to take that trip with you and do this thing. But yeah, man, I will be facilitating a session, a 60-minute session on my neural soul liberation method, NSLM. And I am super excited. This is going to be the first time I facilitate a session on this method since creating it after I became a certified brain coach back in November. All right, I actually created the shit before I became a certified brain coach. All right, before I was complete with the course, I was like, I want to do something with this. I was like, this is so great. I don't just want to be like a brain coach. Like with that, I want to create a fucking method, because like a lot of the stuff I got in the course from Brain Academy, it was great, but it was some stuff missing, right? There was some stuff that Number one, there was some stuff taught that I was like, and there was some stuff just again focused on brain science. Is like, okay, we need like emotional shit, emotional alchemy, right? And there's an aspect of, and now this is part of the one of the 7 pillars to a healthy brain is pausing. Pausing is resting and sleeping. Pausing is also right to meditate, breath work, right? 7 pillars to a healthy brain. That's spirit and soul work, though. Remembering your purpose, right? Remembering why you're here, right? Breath work, meditation, mindfulness practice, right? Those are wasn't fully, didn't go fully into that in the brain course, but it's something I'm like, this is important again to develop a whole human, right? So yeah, man, I'm I'm fucking excited, man. About 5:30 to 6:30, right? Give or take, I'll be facilitating, and yeah, this is very exciting for me as someone who once had a lot of struggles in my brain, right? I was once stuck in the loop, right? Stinking thinking, right? Negative self-talk, right? My brain, our brains really are our friends. Our brains are meant to like they were created to help us survive. The old brain, right? The primal brain, just survival, right? And then you have the emotional brain, right, where it's just emotion. And then you have the prefrontal cortex, right? The when it's logic and it's reason, right? And it's thoughts, right? When you're really thinking. And then they say metacognition. Metacognition, when you're thinking about what you're thinking, right? Thinking about why you're thinking that way, right? Like the brain is incredible. It's incredible. The brain, like the mind is outside of the brain. The brain is a physical structure. The mind exists outside the brain, but the mind and the brain together in unison, working in harmony. Learning your brain will help you control your brain, will help you master your brain, will help you be friends with your brain, and then your brain, then you can do some shit, right? And however, I'm sure some folks were wondering, right, what exactly is the NSLM? What exactly is the Neural Soul Liberation Method? And I am going to give it to you guys as plainly as possible. The Neural Soul Liberation Method is a very, 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 very simple, practical approach to healing and growth that teaches people how to regulate their nervous system. How do you regulate your nervous system so that they can think clearly, clear thinking, respond intentionally, and make better decisions in their lives? Simple as that. Simple as that. How do you regulate your nervous system in such a way you think clearly, right? You respond intentionally so that ultimately you make better decisions in your lives. My boy Andre, creator of the Data Port, creator of he created a lot of shit similar to me. He just creates shit. But he said some shit. He had a slogan years ago: better decisions, better outcomes. Simple as that. Better decisions, better outcomes. We need to make better decisions in our lives. And the NSLM is based on a very simple truth. When the brain feels unsafe, it reacts. When the brain does not feel safe, the brain reacts because it wants you to survive, right? So like it wants the physical body that is encompassing it, right, to survive. But when the brain feels calm, it chooses. Okay, and that choice, that which decision do I want to make? What choice do I want to make so that I can get the outcome that I desire most, right? So when the brain feels unsafe, it reacts. When the brain feels calm, it chooses. NSLM does not start with motivation. We do not start with motivation. We are not about motivation, right? Nor behavior change. No behavior change. It starts with regulation because a calm brain is a smart brain. A calm nervous system is a smart nervous system. By using our breath, body awareness, and simple neuroscience, NSLM helps people move out of survival mode into self-control, clarity, and personal power. If you've been paying attention in the last few weeks, right, I've been saying that I feel clearer than I've ever been, and I do. I am clearer than I've ever been. I have more clarity than I've ever had in my life, in every aspect of my life, right? So that's the NSLM, man, and we're going to New Jersey today, man. First session is in Newark, New Jersey, right, at Bradley Courts. And yeah, I'm stoked. I'm really excited. Maya Angelou said something years ago, a long time ago, something that I came across years ago that I love, and I made it part of my practice. What I get, I give. What I learn, I teach. What I get, I give. What I learn, I teach. It is my responsibility as a student of life to also be a teacher of life. What I learn, when I learn something that has helped me, right? Understanding my brain more has helped me, even as it relates to some of the most stressful situations. The shit with my children is extremely stressful, extremely stressful. But the shit that I learned over the last fucking 20 plus years, right? Specifically the last 18 years, even more specifically the last 5 years, right? What I've learned helped me in the last few years, right? Like navigate, again, having my pretty much being alienated from my children, having some guy threaten me multiple times, right? Allow me to breathe, to stay calm, and to choose, even in the fucking moment, even in the moment, even in the heat of the moment when I'm being threatened, when my body, right, normally would automatically respond. I'm able to like feel the energy. Literally, like it was like outside of my body. Like Kimona was there. She'll tell you, like she wasn't right watching, but she was there. She know the situation and I'm talking about, right? Like it could have been very, very, very ugly. But in that moment, I was able to like get outside of my body. I was able to breathe. I was able to slow things down. And even though things were moving really fast, it was fucking raising voice over here. It was children over there. It was mama over here. It was a lot. And I was able to, yo, chill. I was able to like some martial arts shit, right? And no one was hurt. No one was hurt, right? And I was able to then, my son was crying. I was able to calm him down. Birthday weekend, like it was a lot, but I learned some shit that helped me get there. Because probably 5 years ago, like when I told my brother the stories, like, man, lucky he ain't know to owe you. The owe me would have been crazy. And it would have been crazy for everybody, because then I would have ended up in a situation, right? Whether arrested or not, right? Whether hurt or not, whether like it would have been a worse situation if I would have just reacted. If I would have simply reacted when my brain felt unsafe, if I would have reacted, it would have been ugly for everyone. But my brain was calm in the heat of adversity, in the heat of tension. I was calm and I was able to choose how I want to respond. Not react and then ask questions. They know, how do I want to respond? What's the best response in the situation to get me closer to my goal, or to at least not lose ground, right? Anyway, that's today. That's later on in Newark, New Jersey. If you're in New Jersey, join me. If you can get to New Jersey, join me. 5:30 to 7:30 is the session. I'll be doing about an hour and some change, and then we got somebody else speaking. The sister who runs the vegan blueberry cafe, alkaline vegan food. She'll be there as well. Super dope. But anyway, let's move right along. We got a few minutes left. Let's go to our third segment of the day. Today's third segment, as always, is the tip of the day. Today's tip is very, very, very simple. Today's tip is simply to be grateful. To be grateful, to be grateful, to be grateful. Truly, it is always enough, and it could always be worse. An attitude of gratitude will always lead to more things to be grateful for. I cut my finger Saturday night. It could be a lot worse. It's still some pain. It's not as bad as it could have been. My finger could have been cut off. The cut could have been a lot worse. The fucking glass could have cut my finger, could have cut my hand, it could have cut my face. I was picking the fishbowl up, the shit burst in my hand, right? Shit could have hit the glass could have went in my eye. A lot of things could happen. I could have tripped, slipped, fell, and right, because the water, there was some water. I could have tripped, slipped, fell in the water, the glass in my neck. A lot of things, man. I watched so many movies, Final Destination, but shit really happens like that. Shit really happens like that. And so I am grateful that it is not as bad as it could have been. I am grateful that the pain is lessening, right? The pain is subsiding, right? Again, when I press it, like before it was hurt to the touch. Now when I squeeze it, it's still some pain, right? Like, but it's not as bad as it was. And it's not as bad as it could be. Finger could have been cut off. The glass fucking was huge. And it was in my finger still after. Right? So I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. So that's the tip of the day. Simply to be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for where you are. And have a plan and a strategy to move forward. And that takes us to our fourth and final segment of the day, our build of the day. Today's build literally is to build, create, and design. The power of building, of creating, and of designing. You can build the life you want. You can create the life you want. You can design your life exactly how you want it. You have the power. You have the power. You have the authority. Yes, there will always be circumstances and situations outside of your control. Always. There's always some stuff. You are as powerful as you are, as great as you are, as brilliant as you are, as talented as you are, as fucking powerful, magical as you are. You are still a human, right? Like spirit, yes, but you are spirit confined in this body, bound to this earthly experience right now. There's always gonna be some shit outside of your control. The weather, the fucking roads, right? If you live in an apartment building, right? Other fucking people, other tenants, your neighbors, right? The noise outside where you live, right? You can't control the noise. What you can control is if you don't want noise, put yourself in a position, move to a space where you have more land and there's no noise, right? Simple as that. But even with the shit that's outside of your control, you still have the power to build, create, and design your life exactly as you desire. Again, you don't like the fucking people on your block making noise at night, playing the music. Figure out how to get your money up. Figure out how you can move somewhere else, get some land, get some property. Cool. Build, create, and design your life exactly as you desire. You are a builder and a creator and an architect. You are an architect. Chrissy, what's the deal? Thanks for tuning in. You are indeed an architect. You are a builder. You are a creator. God made you, and you were made in God's image after God's likeness. You have more power than you think. You have more agency and more authority than you think you do. You are powerful beyond measure. There are people who have experienced. Now, no one's journey is exactly the same, right? Because they can have the same physical circumstances, but brain, right? Brain chemistry, brain function, brain structure, mindset, right? Heart space, right? Everything can be a little bit different. But there are people who I know have had it worse than I have, right? Have had it worse than I have in a lot of fucking ways. And they created something beautiful. They created something powerful. They created life exactly as they wanted to see it. I know I have that same power. I know you have that same power to create your life, to design your life, to build your life exactly as you want it. My man Jim Hernandez used to say, create your life. Create your life. He used to teach the whole thing on creating your life. You got it. No one else can create the life for you. Right? Again, people can, government, systems, the various systems, your parents, right? They are going to create things around you, right? That some are going to say it's for you, for your benefit. I did this for you. You have to decide, is this what you want? And if it's not what you want, create something else. If what you have is not what you want, create something that you want. Figure out how to get it. Figure out how to make it happen. You have the fucking mind. You have a mind. The mind is extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. I don't think most people fully understand, and understand how powerful the human mind is. It's powerful. The spirit cannot be killed. The spirit is powerful. It's God. Right? It's God. So like you, as many God, right? Like as God in the flesh, what can stop you? Our Christian brothers and sisters will say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. No weapon. Nothing that goes against what you want to build, what you want to create, how you want to design your life. Nothing that's in opposition of that can prosper if you don't allow it to. So you just got to be rooted in your truth. You got to have a little bit of faith, the size of a mustard seed, they say. Move mountains. Just a little bit of faith. A little bit of, I know if I do this, this will happen. Pray stronger. Pray louder. Pray more affirmative. Pray more direct. Right? Pray more direct. Pray with more affirmative action. This is not, I hope. Don't pray from a space of lack and begging, I hope it works. No, it will work out because it has to work out, because it is worked out, because I am one with divine source energy. I am one with God, and I know my God will never leave me nor forsake me. And it's as simple and as magical as that. And with that, guys, that's our show. That is our show on this Monday. Make it happen Monday. Monumental Monday. Mindful and Miraculous Monday. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Again, I am headed to New Jersey later on today to facilitate a session on the Neural Soul Liberation Method, NSLM, where I've taken brain science, right, neuroscience, emotional alchemy, and spirit soul work, and we're going to create better humans, man. We're going to help humans design better lives for themselves. We're going to help humans gain control over their brain, slow their lives down so that they can pick and choose the destiny that they want for themselves. We're taking our power back. We taking our power back. And yeah, it's Black History Month, baby. We making motherfucking history. Yo, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Sefu Sankofa, you are the master of your mind, not its slave. Absolutely. Fathers alive in the hood on the check-in. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Ashe, ashe. Absolutely. Thanks for checking in. Mona Love, we love you. Be great and make it a great one. Listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Martin. This is episode 554 of SR Daily, kicking off week 112. Please do join us tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course, Instagram Live. I'll be doing a recap on the session later. Super excited. I'm going to get some photos, some videos, as much as I possibly can. And it's going to be a great time. Love you guys. Remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up! The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Peace and love.